Welcome to Sweet Red Poppy. If you're new here, I'm Kimberly and I share a new crafting, sewing, or Cricut video every single week on my channel. So don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss out on all the fun. If you've ever wanted to make stickers with your Cricut, then today's video is perfect for you. Today we are going to learn all about Cricut's Print Then Cut feature while we make the cutest stickers. In this tutorial, I will be using a Cricut Explore Air 2 and a Canon Pixma TS9521C. I've linked to both machines in the description of this video. If you're new to Print Then Cut, let me just give you a quick rundown. Print Then Cut lets you print your design out using a home printer or a printing service, and then you can use your Cricut to perfectly cut around your design. You can use Print Then Cut on printable vinyl, printable sticker paper, printable clear sticker paper, printable iron-on, cardstock paper, really anything that you can put through your printer. I usually use Print Then Cut when I'm making stickers, gift tags, labels, even cupcake toppers. A couple of things that you should keep in mind before you start designing your Print Then Cut designs is that you cannot print images larger than 6.75 inches by 9.25 inches. Print Then Cut works with Cricut's Design Space images, also with uploaded SVGs or PNGs, pictures, really any file can be used with Print Then Cut. If you haven't already calibrated your machine for Print Then Cut in Design Space, make sure that you do so by clicking the drop-down menu in the top left-hand corner and selecting calibration. For this project, you will need the following supplies: printable sticker paper, an inkjet printer, a Cricut machine, and a light grip mat. If you happen to have any issues with your Print Then Cut, make sure that you stay around until the very end of this video for all of my troubleshooting tips. Go ahead and click the link in the video description to download the free sticker files. All of my sticker sheets are free, so be sure to check them out. We are going to start by uploading our file to Cricut's Design Space. When working with Print Then Cut, I always select Complex and then hit Continue. At this point, you can select or erase any part of your design. You can see how clicking on a part of the image will remove that part of the design. Our designs are all ready to go, so we can hit Continue and skip to the next part. Click Save as a Print Then Cut image on the left-hand side. On the right side, you can name your image, then select Save. Select the image and click Insert Images to place it on your canvas. Now that we have our image on our canvas, we want to double-check the measurements for this design. Remember that you only have a 6.75 inch by 9.25 inch area to print on. When I'm making an entire sticker sheet, I like to use a 6.75 inch by 9.25 inch rectangle just to size my stickers and get the very most out of my space. Typically, I arrange my stickers with enough room between them for a bleed line. You'll notice that the line type over here says cut and the fill type says print. This lets Cricut know that we want to print out our image first and then we're going to cut it. Now that your design is ready to go, hit Make It. If you're using a different design than the one that I've provided, make sure that you've flattened the image before you try to cut it. I'm using a printable vinyl that's from Craftables that's both waterproof and permanent, and I've linked to it below. This type is perfect for adhering to a hydro flask. Typically, I really like Cricut products, but I wasn't impressed with the results I got from their sticker paper, so I've tried quite a few other brands. I've also really liked working with Silhouette sticker paper. Make sure that you've loaded your paper in the correct direction. If you're loading from the bottom tray, it will need to be face down, but if you're loading from the back tray, make sure that it's face up. Now, you're going to notice a black rectangle around your entire design, and this is what your Cricut machine is going to use to precisely cut out your design. Next, I'm going to click Send to Printer. Normally, I would turn on the bleed, but for these sticker sheets, I've designed them so that you don't need to use that. Select Use System Dialog. This is going to let you manually select your printer settings for the very best quality print. If you keep your printer settings on default, your images will not be as vibrant or professional looking. Here's a piece of paper that I printed using my printer's default settings. You can see that it's duller and it's more grainy. Select Print. Minimize your design space to find the printer settings. I like to feed my paper from the rear tray for the very best results with my printer. I also select the media type as photo, and I increase the quality to best. Now you can select Print. Once your paper has been printed, place your paper on your green mat, being sure to line it up with the top left-hand grid. On the screen, select the correct material. You can decide whether you want the stickers to be a kiss cut sticker, meaning that it's just cut through the very top layer, leaving the backing intact, or a die cut sticker, meaning that it's cut all the way through both layers to create a standalone sticker. Make sure that you have your fine point blade loaded into your Cricut machine. Load your mat using the arrow button. Once the C Go button is flashing, go ahead and hit it to begin your cut. Your Cricut is going to start scanning your paper to determine where it should be cutting. It uses the black line to determine where it should cut your stickers. You'll want to make sure that you have good lighting in your room so that the Cricut machine can easily see the registration lines without any issue. After it scans everything, it'll start cutting. Once it's done, your machine will start to unload the mat. Before completely unloading your mat, quickly check to see if your sticker has cut all the way through. If it hasn't, go ahead and click on the Cricut C to have it cut again. If you're wanting a kiss cut sticker, unload your mat by clicking the arrow button. If you want to make a die cut sticker, go ahead and send it back through your machine. Once it's done cutting, go ahead and unload your mat. I like to flip my mat over and peel the mat away from the sticker paper. This prevents my stickers from rolling up or tearing. Now we have this adorable sticker page of crafty stickers. Now let's talk a little bit about troubleshooting. When creating print then cut projects, here are a few things that you should keep in mind. Print then cut only works with images that fit within a 6.75 inch by 9.25 inch rectangle. So make sure that your images fit within this. Be sure that your lines are set to cut. For best results, make sure that your paper is placed in the upper left-hand corner of your mat. Make sure to remove any wrinkles or bubbles, as this could interfere with your machine's sensors. If your machine is having trouble reading the print then cut registration lines, here are a few different things to try. Number 1, any direct light on your Cricut could interfere with your machine's sensors, so just be sure to keep your machine away from any direct light. Number 2, if you're using a Cricut Explore, print then cut works best with matte, light-colored materials, preferably white. Darker materials can mess with your machine's ability to read the cut lines. Cricut also does not recommend using glossy paper since the shine can interfere with your machine's ability to read the sensor marks. I found that if you're trying to print on a shiny surface like this, there's an easy hack that you can do. I just take some Scotch matte tape and I'm going to place this over my registration lines. And this tricks your Cricut machine into reading these registration lines, even though you've printed on a shiny surface. Number 3, before you begin your print then cut, ensure that your cut sensor light is clean. To clean it, you can gently brush the light with a dry watercolor brush. If your machine is cutting incorrectly, you may need to recalibrate your machine. You can do this by clicking the menu in Design Space, clicking Calibration, and Print then Cut. Follow Cricut's instructions in Design Space to correctly calibrate your machine. I can't wait to see all the adorable stickers that you make with this tutorial. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss out on an episode. I'll see you next week.